Growing up as a kid, I would unintentionally say inappropriate things at inappropriate times, which might have led me into lacking confidence as a young adult. My social skills were low, and I simply didn't bother learning how to improve them. I just accepted it as the way I am. I'm autistic, there's nothing I can do about it. Little did I know that social skills, like anything else, is a skill that can be learnt. Right now, what I want you to do is get a piece of paper and a pen, or maybe get on your phone, get some notes. I want you to write a number down. I want you to write your social skills in between 0 and 10. 0 being like a literal potato. Like someone comes up and asks you for directions, you're like, Jason, my name's Jason, yeah. And 10 being a literal legend. Like you can go into a social situation and make everyone just love you, like you instantly, like a boss, honestly. I don't think I'm quite there yet. I mean, I can't even wash my hands properly after work, so I don't think I'm quite there yet. So get a pen, get a piece of paper, write down, for example, a 3 out of 10. You could be a 3 out of 10. Write that down, 3 out of 10. So I've written down up there on my wall, 5 out of 10. It's a very humble 5 out of 10. Sometimes I can be in a social situation and I feel like I'm a 7. Sometimes I can be really hungover and I could be like a 4 or a 5. But what I want you to do now, in 2 weeks' time, underneath, I want you to write. So let's say, for example, you've written down 3. I want you now to improve that number. I want you now to make it up to a 4 or 5. I'm giving you 2 weeks from when you're watching this video. Like, no excuses. Like, I'm giving you 2 weeks. So you're number 3 now, and I want you to get to number 5. Or if you think number 5 is too high, then maybe number 4. Get to number 4 then. Do number 4. I want you to level it up by 1. By 2 weeks. Maybe your social skills are high and you don't need to, like, maybe this video is not for you then, like, you can go. If you think your social skills are at all-time high, then whatever, you don't need my help, go. You don't need this video. Just click like, leave a comment saying I'm a legend so you can help the algorithm, then go away. But if you're someone that needs this video, then yeah, stick around. So aim to rank up your social skills by at least 1 or 2 points. So here's how to do it. I need you to practice talking to people with no purpose in mind, with no, I need to practice talking to these girls to get their numbers and have sex, like nothing like that. You are going to just practice simply talking to people. And the easiest way to talk to people, for example, cashiers, people behind counters or behind a bar, a waitress or a waiter, practice talking to people whose job it is to talk to people. So behind a counter, you're doing your shopping, they're scanning, just make a bit of a conversation, just make small talk, just practice making small talk. If you're not good at making small talk, just practice. Thing is, in like 2 minutes, if you like cock up a mistake, they are literally going to forget you. They talk to so many people on a daily basis. They will forget you. If you make a social blunder, they will forget you. So it doesn't matter. Just practice talking to people. Talk to someone behind the bar. If you go into bars or pubs, talk to them. Ask how their day was. Just learn their name. If you're living in the countryside, people tend to say hi more. At least in the UK, people tend to say hi. So if you're walking your dog and someone's walking past you, just make a little bit of conversation. Hi, how are you? Wait, how was your day? Just anything like that. Just practice. They're not going to go, oh, like, talk to me. They're just going to engage. Yeah, it's been great. Yeah. You know what I mean? Just practice talking to people and smile. Just when you're talking, smile. If you're not very good at smiling, just practice that. Go to a cashier when you're next in the supermarket. Just smile and ask them how their day is. Ask them how their shift is going. Not many people ask them how their shift's going. Sometimes it's usually just, hello mate, how are you? Yeah, good day. Yeah, busy day. Nice weather. Yeah. They usually talk about the weather, but nobody really asks them how their shift was. Trust me, I used to do hospitality a lot and nobody asks me about my shift. Nobody has ever asked me about my shift. So if you ask them about their shift, they're not actually going to forget that conversation. They're not going to put you in the category as just another person talking about the weather, which is something we do in the UK, by the way. We talk about the weather because it's always changing. So practice talking to people. This is your challenge now. I'm giving you 2 weeks to change your 3 to a 4 or your 3 to a 5. So I hope you've done what I said and written down your social skills level. This is how you start. You start off small. You don't start with the big CEO and trying to persuade him to, give you money or anything or some shit like that. Start small. That's how you start with anything in life. You start small. Think of it as a video game. You don't start off by killing the big giant or the big boss. You start by killing the fucking chickens or, the little low-tier bandits. When you're playing Skyrim, you start off by killing wolves and low-tier bandits. Think of it as a game, social skills as a game. You're going to rank up the social skills ladder by practicing this and this. Think of it in Skyrim with lockpicking. Like, I'm using Skyrim a lot as an example. Think of it as lockpicking. You don't start off with a master lock, you start off with a novice lock. You start off with a novice lock, and then apprentice, and then expert, or whatever it is, I can't remember. Then you get to master, and you can do the master one. That's how you do it with social skills. So now, if your social skills alone, you've taken on this challenge, now go and practice talking to people. Someone walking their dog, ask them how their day was. And one more bonus tip is memorize their names. I've never been that good at memorizing names or knowing people's names. But once you know their names, call them by their name. People and names, it's a very personal thing. Oh, Callum, how are you? I just called you by your name. Callum, yes, you, Callum, I've just called you by your name. How do you feel? How personal is that to you? If someone said that to me, some people have said that to me before. Oh, Jason, how are you? Oh, Jay. I'm like, oh, fuck me. Oh, yeah, mate. Yeah, good. It's a bit more of a personal feeling when someone uses names. So that's just a bonus tip. Just use the name. So there's your challenge. Go and do it. If you got any more questions, if you got anything to add, then put them in the comments. I do like a little community of people improving and commenting, and hit like on the video as well and all that crap, because it helps with the algorithm. Honestly, I get like 100 views per video. So if you think this is useful advice, hit the like and just drop me a comment. Let me know what you think. Click this video to learn more.